Hello and welcome to Warblog. Today we're looking at Resafa for probably not the main reason that you might imagine. I've already sort of clicked and play, so I'm just going forward. So there it is, and now we're going to play mode. So essentially it's sort of a continuation from what we had before, where they actually took Resafa, and we're talking about Resafa over here. The details are sort of not really that important, and so I don't know about the troop density, but what we've got along here is what I'm assuming are the YPG, which is basically Kurds, and interestingly enough the Tabqa Air Base. So essentially the bottom line is during this sort of this period of time, on the 16th of June, I think it was, the 18th of June. I wonder if I wrote the 18th or the 16th. What did I write? Yeah, it's the 18th. So that was just a couple of days ago. Yeah, so that seems about right. Basically, the Syrian Air Force had their Su-22M4 shot down by the United States, the US Navy, by a US Navy. F-18E Super Hornet, and interestingly enough, they're on the ISIS side in this game. Now, I'm not saying that the Americans sided with ISIS, that they sided with these, but if I put them with them, they would be non-combatants. And so this is engagement between the Syrian Army and ISIS, and I just think it's quite ironic that the implication is that the United Nations, the US Navy F-18E Super Hornet is fighting with ISIS. I don't want to go into all the politics of it because I don't really understand it. But anyway, so during this engagement, they do that. So I just want to see how that will work air combat wise. And I have sort of cheated a bit. Give me a bit of an incentive to actually create 2 additional units I didn't have. I always enjoy making the airplanes. So the Syrians have now got another aircraft, and ironically enough, it pretty much looks exactly the same as what they had before. It's sort of swept back wing. It's slightly different, but hardly noticeable. But I've given it 3-3, and the thing is, the problem I've got at the moment is my rules really don't cater for what we're looking at the moment, because essentially this was actually only equipped with bombing. It was only equipped with bombs, so it didn't have any it didn't have any air-to-air missiles. So really, it should only be a 0-3 or a 0-4 or something like that. But that would then not allow it to do ground strikes, and so the maths in this situation doesn't really make a lot of sense. But we're just going to have to deal with it as we've got it. So they're not doing air support because they don't need any air support. They never had needed air support against ISIS. So, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do first. I mean, strategically, and we don't need this line here. So let me get my little pencil tool out. We don't need that, so we can try and maintain a line like that. But we want that. So we've somehow got to, and I'm not saying what units we should do it, but we've got to attack that. But we don't need that, so we need to sort of create a line like that, which means keeping that straight. Now there is mines and sort of barbed wire. I'll just keep calling it barbed wire. I keep trying to justify it as something a bit heavier, but it is. But it says barbed wire thing, just step over it, you know. But it's in the road, so it makes that road a little more difficult, but it's really not that important. But there's barbed wire there as well, but there's barbed wire and mines there, and we're not running engineers. But essentially we will need to take out all of these, so basically this front line here will need to somehow push straight across here. And it's when they're getting air support around here that they lose their airplane. So I don't really know how to do it, because I'm really only doing this to provide a bit of overview for the air incident. So as I said, I'm not going to do that. So I'll reload the page. We'll have to do that again. Okay, so I don't know what units. We've got quite a big stack there. I mean, that's going to be easy. Let's maybe start off by looking at what we've got. I mean, there's one. The irregulars are always a bit of a pain. I've changed the rules on the irregulars actually. Whenever they get a DE, they actually get fatigued. Before they weren't, and I think it was just a bit too much. But they get away scot-free on an exchange or a DR. But on a DE, they get a fatigue because it's quite easy to get them a DE, but not actually get them eliminated. But that's going to be an easy one. We could just go for that. But this is a fairly hefty stack. I mean, it's only got 2 units in it. So this really should only need 1 or 2 units. Now, we want to keep I'm not sure what the relationship between the YPG and Syrian Army is, but we're going to sort of maybe think of something to. Maybe I should put in some infantry just to keep that sort of that line there. But essentially, that's the big striking force. But we don't really need it in you know, that sort of intensely. But I mean, I almost think this should basically almost take that out on its own. We could almost take that as, you know, that against that. So we've got artillery to support something, maybe that. This, I think, I want this to come down here to provide that block. So possibly there. And then this unit, these 2 units will both go down there to take that. The special forces will go this way. These special forces will then sort of come down here in preparation for that. We'll leave one of these units there, and the other ones will come straight down here, and then we will take it from there. So he's sort of trying to get in place there. Might as well do my artillery strike. Okay, well that's good. We've also got air power, which of course we're going to use. 1.9, 0.03, 0.35, 0.34, 0.035, 1.8. Okay. So he's going to go there. He's not actually got any more movement for that. Oh. We'll put him there to keep that line, and the rest of this stuff okay, so I think that's sort of all the movement. I'm going to put a few more of these little ones in just to sort of give them the holding forces for those areas. So we're going to try this. It should be a walkover, but there's no reason why it has to be. 3 to 1, 3 to 1. Take again these 12s. Well. Nope, got nothing on that. We should be able to take this out, or at least attack it. And this should be 4 to 1. 5 to 1 DE, well that's nice. Makes that 12 makes that 1 makes up for that 12. And they've got movement, so they can move in there. You're definitely going to need a whole bunch more of these just to sort of provide these holding forces en route. But we're not really going to get there in this little example. So that's it, that's that battle. There's no battle there. That battle was a draw or a loss. They ran out of movement there. So it's the next turn. Now, in this next turn, they're going to put their units into air superiority, which means their aircraft are now going up to defend the airspace over this battlefield. And ISIS are going to move units Okay, well they're going to go for this 1 to 1. We're going to put some rocket fire first, 0.8, and then they're going to do this sort of 1 to 1, which might be a 2 to 1 if you're lucky, but no. An exchange, well that was not terrible. Here, there's too much in there to do an attack. We're trying to defend there. We'll move him into there just to make it a little harder. They're defending, we've moved most other things through. They're all sort of in a line, running out of time, so this is what we've been building up to. Syrian Army turn. They're going to do another airstrike on, I don't think we're going to do it on that. We want to pin, well let's go for that. Yeah, we did it last time. So we do that, and we've got air. Right, well that didn't work, did it? I know why it didn't work. That is because we are going for a ground attack, but we've got the USAF AF-10, so we haven't gone for. So let's go back. Let's go back a less than a minute. If I'd done this, I would have been fighting for air superiority, but I haven't done that. I've just gone in with a regular ground attack here, but they're defending the aerospace, which is basically adding up for the defence on this. So let's see what happens. Nothing. So they're it's rubbish. Anyway, so that's pretty much that in a nutshell. I wasn't expecting it necessarily to blow up, but you know, you get the idea that this is the first scenario where we've had sort of opposing units for air defence and that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. 7 seconds, 6, 5. Yep. I hope you enjoy that, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.